Welcome to another episode, everyone. Hoover Gumby. He has some things to say to Poetic Flakko and other non-affiliates about being in gang-banging politics and gang-banging business. He says, to paraphrase, that these individuals, these civilians, if you will, these non-members, these non-gang members, have been abused by gang members in the past, particularly in the Los Angeles County Jail and other places. And because of this abuse that they have incurred at the hands of gang members, they are now seeking retribution by doing some of the content or whatever that they're doing, police work and what have you, against gang members. But I'll let Gumby speak.
If you a gang member.
Charges, robbery charges, etc., etc. He's facing life in prison. So he called home. And when he called home, his intention for this call was to turn the world.
Okay, look, y'all. Check this shit out. Look. Good morning, good morning. This situation is crazy because Flakko is a diehard civilian. Resident, whatever the fuck you want to call him. And see, those type of people have been getting abused, especially in the county jail. Motherfuckers have been raping them, making them pay rent, do all the weirdo shit to them, right? And right now, it's the non-affiliate busters, snitches. It's their turn right now. They want their lick back, ho. Y'all gotta be real careful with these people out here. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much, you know? Hoover though, gang said bulletproof soul. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Man, like I said before, we was on Flakko motherfucking head. Like, y'all have to understand, us as members, we have to understand that these people are tired of our shit, probably. But at the same time, that can't change who we are and the things and rules and guidelines that we gotta abide by. Every gang member is not the same. Just because somebody's a gang member doesn't mean they're from that community. They may be any sort of position in that community. You don't know. What's up with my niggas from Denver? On gang, man. I lost my charm out there, man. I had a big-ass Versace charm. You can see it in some of my old pictures. I lost it in Denver, man. Hoover all. Fuck was that? See, smoking all this bullshit. Young threat. Back to Flakko. And that goes to, it's crazy because, see, if we all were in prison, Colorado, gang shit.
Flakko apparently did something. I'm not sure what the video clip there was that he was playing of Flakko to begin this podcast that he's doing here. But apparently Flakko was saying something about someone that had life in prison that had called home. I don't know if he was talking about Gumby, but perhaps so, since Gumby is, saying he's reacted to that video, played a clip of that video, and then saying what he's saying about Flakko. So he's saying that these dudes want their lick back. Again, referring to non-members, non-gang members, that they want their lick back, that they want to get back at gang members for being abused, as I said, in the county jail, on the streets, or what have you. And so that people like Flakko are dangerous. Poetic Flakko he's referring to are dangerous because of this phenomenon of wanting to pay the gang members back for abusing them in the past. This is Gumby speaking. This is Gumby's philosophy.
Shit. If we all was in prison, everybody would have to stand on their own 2 feet. And you couldn't hide behind the cameras. You couldn't hide behind a lot of shit. And a lot of people you think that's hard right now wouldn't be able to make it. Flakko is probably one of the motherfuckers that the homies will have hiding under the bunk. Shit, had that nigga keep him sleeping under the bunk and just taking all his shit. Feed him once a day if they feel like it. You know what I mean? That's the type of nigga Flakko would be. You know what I mean? The whole thing about this situation is that it's not about dehumanizing anybody. It's about standing on your own 10 motherfucking toes. And if we was in prison, we wouldn't have all these motherfucking black on black crimes. We wouldn't have all this gang shit. You know, Flakko only can make it in North Dakota. And the craziest thing about it is that I think Flakko is a funny little dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't really got no issue with him. You know what I'm saying? I think his views are a little extreme for his own people, for people with your own race. Like, how do you turn the police on your people, stupid? Like, I don't understand it. I cannot get how us as a people are on Hoover, bro. Like, niggas is so fucked up, bro. Like, me, I spent everything, time, money, everything, trying to keep my community as best as possible, close to the script as we possibly can on Hoover. When you run across a nigga from the 90s that's my nephews on Hoover, watch how they act. Watch how they act. Watch how they act. They gonna be, you think I'm turned. Nigga, you okay. Watch how they act. They was raised like that. They was raised like that. Period. Period. They was raised from the older homies and the other homies and passing it on, bro. It's a way of life. And see what happens when all these OGs, they step back to my own game. They no more these little wild kids. They got guns. They ain't listening to YNs. I don't give a fuck. Them niggas and them little niggas know. Gumby got a gun. They Gumby, they ain't even got to ask me if I got something to protect myself. It's called self-respect. I always got self-respect. Whoa, Hoover though, gang shit. Hoover. You know what I'm saying? My channel ain't for no weirdos, bro. My channels is for the homies, bro, who really want to understand our way of life, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little older than a lot of people. Hoover though. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little older than a lot of people that I know because most of my homies is really dead or in jail in real life. My age generation, shit. Shout out to the lows, homie. Real life. Real life on Hoover. Yep. C.H. Polk, that's one of my nephews too on Hoover. Motherfucking right. I got a bunch of them. And see, he's the one that's in the industry, so he didn't calm down a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot, you know what I'm saying? He got a lot on his shoulders. But you run into some of them other little baboons, nigga, you gon' whoo-wee. Swear to God. On Hoover, who is that? Stay active, on Hoover. The cold clock, you already know what it is, gang. You and Damien should do it live on God. Man, I thought about, you know what I'm saying? I don't have no issue with doing no live with nobody, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because if I could sit in front of a white man, I could sit in front of any black man. So I ain't on no bullshit like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just think that a lot of people have a lot of different ill will about me or a lot of different fucked up views about me from other people that are my victims. And they, you know what I'm saying, they run with the narrative instead of getting to know who I am. But you know, you got blood niggas, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't even know about Hoover Rule. Shout out to my niggas from Rule.
Let's take a little bit of a turn. I think he just said my name. Damn. You and Damien should do it live. And he say people run with a narrative. People that were his victims. So I'm assuming he's praying to. I don't know. I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not running with a narrative. This the homie, bro. Gumby is the homie, as I've always said from day one. I mean, I have a lot of respect for him, bro. You know, he carried himself in prison. Everything. You know what I'm saying? He stayed 10 toes down the entire time, as I've said from day one on this channel years ago. Feel me? So this the OG homie, in fact, you know. Okay, let's continue.
Hot desert, gang shit. Y'all don't even know about Hoover Rule. Nigga, my name is Gumby Rule, nigga. Gang, y'all don't even know nothing about that. Real shit, I'll tell y'all about that in one of my prison stories. Gang shit. Hoover though, okay, H's, okay, I got my folks following in this bitch. I ain't here by myself. And I'm just saying, man, like literally, like back to Flakko though, cause I'm really adamant about this cause I'm getting to a point. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make a point at the end of this with this Flakko shit. Most of these people, you know what I'm saying, are civilians. You know what I'm saying? And Flakko has a civilian argument. But see, this is the can do something held accountable if you a gang member. No, a snitch is a snitch. I don't give a fuck if the police is a snitch when they get on the stand. Your grandmama, if she get her old stinking ass up there snitching, she's a snitch. The homeboy, they all snitches. They all snitches. All snitches. So they all supposed to get what they supposed to get. You don't let one snitch off and say, oh, he's a civilian. No, he told. That's just the end of that. Like, what the fuck? Like, this shit is crazy to me. To make a long story short, the story is supposed to be somebody got shot and robbed in some type of studio for some type of studio session, and somebody is saying that somebody was hanging with the dude who shot him, and et cetera, et cetera. That's basically how the story went. And Flakko is basically giving props to gang members for doing what gangs consider ungangly shit. Like, I ain't finna be on the motherfucking nowhere with nobody that done told, that I know told for sure, that's going to court on my homeboys. Never, not ever. You know what I mean? Not ever. Never happened. Civilian or not, it don't matter. It don't matter if you're a civilian, bro. Gang members live by certain codes. That's just the truth. There ain't no way around it. I mean, Flakko, you know what I'm saying, once again, you know what I'm saying, Detective Flakko, that's what it is. That nigga need a show like Starsky and Hutch, bro. Detective Flakko on Hoover. Oh, bullshit, bro. You know, it's crazy because it all goes back to all these good, we want the gangs out the community type of bullshit, right? What little YN y'all know gonna listen to Flakko? Nigga, they gonna rob that nigga. Whoop him, chase him down the street. That nigga, like, see, I guess our civilians, they done got so fed up with all the gang violence, stupid shit that be going on, that they just like totally against our community. You know what I mean? But see, sometimes shit don't be as it seems. You know what I'm saying? People make shit the way it is. You know, but at the same time, you're never supposed to give up on your folks, bro. Not ever. Get these likes up. Where my likes at, man? Man, can I get some likes in this motherfucker?
Oh shit. See, you know you on my timeline. You got that pop right on. What are you going now? Who you know? Ain't shout out. Okay, so that was Hoover Gumby, bro. You know, uh, he's cloning on Flakko, calling him quite a few choice words, few names, and again saying that he should just not be in the politics, bro. He shouldn't be in LA politics. Shouldn't be in gang politics. He's from North Dakota or wherever, and that you know him and people like, or not him in particular, but people like him, his whole following, Poetic Flakko, was abused, particularly in the Los Angeles County Jail by members, and this is true, non-affiliates, particularly at one time, were absolutely abused in the Los Angeles County Jail, man. It was bad for him. I don't know that that's the reason that, Flacco wasn't in there that I know of. So I don't know that that's the reason, but I understand the concept. As Gumby said, they're trying to get their licks back. They're trying to get back at gang members again for embarrassing them in some way, abusing them in some way, marking them out in some way at some point in their life, whether it's been in elementary school or yesterday. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Stay safe and stay free, people.